Hello, hockey, basketball, and soccer fans. My name is David. I know it's been a while since I produced a YouTube long video, but when it comes to Canada's NHL teams and pressure to win a Stanley Cup, I just couldn't quite fit it into a video of at most 3 minutes. So here I am recording my first long video in, I believe, over a month. So I'm going to go back to a video produced by Mike Bartner, I believe a fan of the New York Islanders. And in terms of his own long video with top 10 NHL teams with most pressure to win the Stanley Cup. I'm not going to go through all those teams, just going to go through the Canadian ones, in terms of which teams I see as having least pressure, starting with those, and working all the way up to number one. So, in terms of which teams have, in terms of least to most, I'd say number 7. In terms of having the least amount of pressure among the 7 Canadian teams to win the Stanley Cup this season, I'd say the Calgary Flames. It's absolute gravy that they're in a playoffs, that they're fighting for a playoff spot. I don't know if they are in one, but that was a battle that extended, early Thursday morning Eastern time from late Wednesday Eastern Daylight Time. Keep in mind it was out west, so it's broadcast start time on all Sportsnet regional channels, Pacific, West, Ontario, and East. So 9 p.m. EDT Wednesday. So predictably the game ended up going a little bit late. I don't know if it ended quite before midnight EDT, but it was a late game, but very fun game to watch. No doubt about it. The Flames do have pressure, not as much as the other Canadian teams. Yes, the Flames haven't been to a Stanley Cup final for quite some time, and they haven't won it since the 1980s. But hey, it's hard to fault them for being where they are. I mean, maybe next season they'll take that next step. But again, if the Flames even win a playoff series, it'll be remarkable. Cherry on top to a season where they're supposed to be a lot worse than they currently are. In terms of the second least amount of pressure among Canadian teams, I see the Habs in that category. Habs have been out of the postseason for quite a while. Well, this is season number 4 since their last playoff appearance. But oh boy, was that playoff appearance in 2021 epic. An appearance in the Stanley Cup final. Yes, the Habs came nowhere close to winning that. In terms of actual number of games won, we only ended up winning one game, which I believe was in single overtime. But whatever. What's done's done. And that the Habs are in a playoff, are even remotely close to a playoff spot. If they're not in one, also remarkable. I don't know what Habs did against the Seattle Kraken. I have to check the score, but whatever. That was an epic. I was so tired that I decided to part way through that game. Watch some post-game streams following the Canucks Flames game. And, so the Habs, their prospect pool's kind of gelling a little bit. They got some promising prospects, but again, let's see what happens. Because drafting and development are neither linear nor perfect. And any number of things go wrong still. Kudos to Kent Hughes and Jeff Gordon, the latter the exec VP of Hockey Ops, for having put together a team that can compete, game in, game out. Well, most anyway. Even if it is too little, too late to go for a top 3 Atlantic Division spot. And number 5, I see the Ottawa Senators. Having the third least amount of pressure, I see the Ottawa Senators. Yes, Sens have yet to win a Stanley Cup, and they've been out of the playoffs for a while, but, considering, what their expectations were, particularly when compared to the Canucks. I would say having the third least amount of pressure among Canadian teams is a nice fit for the Sens. And in the middle, I put the Vancouver Canucks. Yes, the Canucks got to a conference semifinal last season, at one win short of a conference final. That was an epic season. And I wasn't sure if the Canucks were going to repeat or come remotely close to repeating, because any number of things could have gone wrong. And well, they ended up in free agency losing defenseman Nikita Zadorov and center Elias Lindholm, and it was a very bumpy start. It's been a rather unstable season. Future's uncertain. Goaltending is uncertain as well. Because when I think of who they have, other than Kevin Lankinen, who started both games of the recent set of games that hadn't involved a gap of 24 hours or more between the final whistle of one and the starting and the opening face-off of the other. It was a narrow win, but a win's a win. It's still very interesting what will happen, because even with that win over the Flames, it came in a shootout, and Lankinen still allowed a goal in the shootout round. Could have gone either way, and that's the chances there are. I mean, it's one shot and the game's done in extra time, or game could be done in overtime. Definitely one shot and the game could be done. In a shootout, well, it really depends, because there are usually at least 2 rounds that are needed to decide a shootout. Now I'm going to get to the top 3. So I'd say the Leafs, put them in the top 3. They have a met prospect pool. Their core is getting up there in age, late 20s, early 30s. The blue line, a lot of players in the 30s already. So whilst the window for the Leafs is not infinite, there's no doubt that they may as well go for it whilst they can, because, I mean, this summer, John Tavares and Mitch Marner can walk for nothing. So that means more cap space, which would be a good thing. The question is what the Leafs will get for that cap space. Last summer, Barry Trotz, on behalf of the Nashville Predators, spent like drunken sailors on free agents, and we know where the Preds are now. Nowhere close to a playoff spot, and likely to see the first of their many draft picks go somewhere in the top 10. I think it's just be a question of in which part, which of the top 10. So yeah, it's definitely not fun. So, but again, the opportunity is there. But really, it was going to depend for the Leafs where management will spend that cap, will have that cap space, on which players and on which types. But yes, the Leafs do have a playoff series win from 2023. And thus, after the North Division stints of all 7 Canadian teams. Winnipeg Jets, by contrast, last won a playoff series during the 2021 stint of them and the remaining 6 Canadian teams in that same division. And that was during another season shortened by the COVID pandemic. So, yeah, a sweep of the Oilers, and that's it, following that 2018 conference final appearance. So, yes, Winnipeg Jets, the last 2 seasons, did see playoff action. Well, last season, qualified with flying colors. An unbelievable regular season when compared to the one before that, which was, well, barely qualified. But the Winnipeg Jets didn't really take that next step forward. But they really need to do so this season. I mean, Mark Scheifele's not getting younger. Connor Hellebuck's not getting younger. And Nick Ehlers, one of the few players born in Denmark or any of its overseas dependencies. It's remarkable to have, but he's a remarkable player to have. But he may walk for nothing. And who doesn't like to see a player born in Denmark put on the blue and white? But it's really that opening round. And that is what has stumped the Winnipeg Jets in all post-2018 seasons except, well, the 2020-2021 one. So yeah, they got some pressure up there to go for that Stanley Cup. I mean, well, let's see what happens. I mean, if playing too many regular season games will once again hurt the Jets, will hurt Connor Hellebuck, even though Hellebuck has had unbelievable stamina when compared to other goalies that various Canadian NHL teams have been using. And yeah, number 1, the Oilers. Yes. Core's not getting younger. And you have Connor McDavid's current contract expires in June of next year. Come nowhere close to a Stanley Cup. And the Oilers may very well have to say goodbye to McDavid after June 2026. So for the Oilers, it's definitely go time. Because McDavid is not, Nick Ehlers, no problem, find someone else. McDavid is a generational talent. So is Leon Draisaitl. But again, will the Oilers even get remotely close? The Oilers only have one post-2006 Stanley Cup final appearance. That was last season. And the Oilers came so close to winning it. To winning that round. They didn't, but maybe they're onto something. Or it could be a flash in the pan, like so many teams in Western Conference. Because again, not since the pre-2010 2000s has a Western Conference team made consecutive Stanley Cup final appearances. Will there be a first team to do that? Will that team be the Oilers? I mean, certainly there are some strong candidates I see as getting to a Stanley Cup final if the Oilers don't. Dallas Stars, Colorado Avalanche, Winnipeg Jets if they could somehow win their conference quarterfinal. And the Golden Knights. Yes, I know the Golden Knights last season didn't win their conference quarterfinal, but they came so close to doing so. So, yeah, they're in the mix. So I think there are 5 teams in the Western Conference in the mix to become Stanley Cup finalists. So that's it for that. If you like this video, please consider liking and subscribing for more content about Canadian hockey, basketball, and soccer teams. On that note, I'm going to say, go Raptors go Raps 95 go Toronto FC go, and respect to other Canadian national teams for which I cheer, go Canada go.